Bring my heart again, you know I couldn't leave ya. Take me into your hands, break my heart again, yeah, again. Oh baby, let me be your lover, let me be your eyes. You know that I'm not always sober, but I can fix that for you tonight. I will be fine for you forever, hey. Oh baby, let me. Oh baby, let me. Oh baby, let me be. Oh baby, let me. Oh baby, let me. Oh baby, let me. Oh baby, let me be. Oh baby, let me. Oh baby, let me be your lover. Let me be your eyes. You know that I'm not always sober, but I can fix that for you tonight. I will be fine for you forever. Yeah. Oh baby, let me. Oh baby, let me. Oh baby, let me be. Oh baby, let me. Oh baby, let me. Oh baby, let me. Oh baby, let me be. Oh baby, let me. People say you never know what you have got until it's gone, till it's gone. And I thought I wanted freedom, but I know, yeah, I know now I was wrong. I was wrong. People say you never know what you have got until it's gone, till it's gone. And I thought I wanted freedom, but I know, yeah, I know now I was wrong. I was wrong. People say you never know what you have got until it's gone, till it's gone. And I thought I wanted freedom, but I know, yeah, I know now I was wrong. I was wrong. People say you never know what you have got until it's gone, till it's gone. And I thought I wanted freedom, but I know, yeah, I know now I was wrong. I was wrong. People say you never know what you have got until it's gone, till it's gone. And I thought I wanted freedom, but I know, yeah, I know now I was wrong. I was wrong. People say you never know what you have got until it's gone, and I thought I wanted freedom, but I know, yeah, I know now I was wrong. I was wrong. People say you never know what you have got until it's gone, and I thought I wanted freedom, but I know, yeah, I know now I was wrong. I was wrong. People say you never know what you have got until it's gone, and I thought I wanted freedom, but I know, yeah, I know now I was wrong. People say you never know what you have got until it's gone, and I thought I wanted freedom, but I know, yeah, I know now I was wrong.
Your faves for just $5.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Single item at regular price.
You finally decided to learn how to ice skate. So you order the essentials every ice skater needs. A pair of blades, a new helmet, and a good set of knee pads. And you use your Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card, choosing to earn 3% cash back on online shopping. Rewards that you put towards an essential piece of post-skating recovery. A heating pad. Tap the banner to apply now. Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Tell me to the place you always want to love. Tell me all your secrets, share what you got. 'Cause I wanna be the one, I wanna be your man. So tell me, baby, what you want, what you got. Baby, tell me. And do whatever. And do whatever. And do whatever. Said we don't stop when the lights turn on, 'cause I still see you in the dark. We don't go home when the bar shuts down. No, baby, keep me spinning around. We go up for the night till we can't get any higher. Out for the night till dawn. We go up for the night, baby, can you feel this fire? Out for the night, so bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on, yeah, keep me going strong. Bring it on. 'Cause we out for the night, yeah, we out for the night. 'Cause we out for the night, yeah, we out for the night. 'Cause we out for the night.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Let's get this party started. Oh, it's been a good start to the week, I'll tell you that. Let's jump in it, man. Let's share. Let's go right over to Safari. Awesome. All right, well, I've got the new setup, so we should have no issues. We should have no issues today. So I'll tell you what, I am enjoying my new command center. So it's actually pretty cool to be able to see everything so easily with these monitors. I don't know why I waited so long to do it, but anyhow, let's jump in it, man. I know for those of you guys that like trade with me, hold on, stupid Alexa, give me a second. I got to remember to take Alexa out of my office. Anywho, let's jump into it. So let's look at the calendar here. Everyone should be up to speed. And actually, you know what? Let me make this thing get off night mode here. And I don't even know why. Oh, you know why? Because I'm not logged in. That's why. Oh, what am I doing here? Calendar. Here we go. Calendar. Alrighty. So, hopefully everybody's into this, man. Everybody knows what's going on because tomorrow is going to be a monstrosity of a day for news. All right. To start off, we got a bunch of CAD. It's essentially the CAD FOMC. That's going to be moving a lot of Canadian pairs. There are going to be some Governor Bailey speaks on the pound. Obviously the new president Biden is going to be talking tomorrow at the inauguration, and speculation is that there's going to be a ton of executive orders that he's going to be signing. It is NFP for the Australian dollar. All the jobs reports are coming out. And then we got the old Japanese yen tomorrow with a bunch of monetary policy and FOMC stuff. So there's going to be some tremendous volatility tomorrow. With that being said, I'm going to be really, really selective on what I want to get into and what I want to look at going into tomorrow. I'm going to be not that I'm going to be scared of the news. I just understand that there's going to be tremendous volatility. I want to position myself before news. I don't want to do it during news, right? And then obviously after the news settles, Thursday potentially is going to shape up to a really, really nice, a nice day for some entries. All right. Let's see. Let's get into it. So I'm just going to recap on two trades that I honestly got into to start the week. And, we'll go from there. First was yesterday. I really didn't want to trade a lot yesterday, um, but UCAD just gave me everything I wanted to see on a daily time frame, right? Um, we're bearish as can be. Okay, no one should be doubting that this is anything but bearish. And if you go over to the line chart, you'll see that we essentially made a low. Okay, um, price ends up making another low. This was the lower high. All right. I know, and this comes just to structure, understanding what structure is. A lot of people potentially would have thought that this price action right here broke structure, but when you look at it, this is the leg, right? This is what's maintaining bearishness. All right, not this. All right, so you always got to just make sure what you're looking at. All right, so when we make a low and we make another low, you just got to go to the previous high. This would be the lower high. All right, so going into that, when we made a new low, we understand that this is the lower high right here. That's what's maintaining bearishness. As price trades into that area, all right, it actually comes into a really nice a point of interest for me. All right, looking at the daily, you come over to the 8 hour, and you can just play around with the looks on it. But we come into the 8 hour, and this is kind of what I wanted to look at. We had some equal highs sitting right here. All right, and we had our old institutional candle that grabs liquidity, break structure. Okay. So from there, what I wanted to look at was 50% um, of that candle was my point of interest. So anything in here is what I wanted to see us jump into. All right. Anything in there is where I was looking at. Um, and from there, that's when I get down on the lower time frame. So you can still see my alert sitting here from yesterday. All right. My alert was there. When the alert goes off, that's when I jump on the lower time frame. I don't do it before then. And of course, you got to think about, all right, so why are we going to do anything? A lot of people are potentially looking at this as daily accumulation. It could be the start of it. But we got to go back and see, all right, well, what's going on over here? Where price is currently, it's no man's land, right? It's just a bunch of imbalance areas. But if you come back and you actually look at potentially this area right here, this is going to be our point of interest. All right. This ultimately is our point of interest because there's accumulation. All right. And that's all about training your eye. So I can look at a daily time frame and I can tell you that on H1 that this was accumulation. This was a selling climax, the secondary test, the test in B, the spring, and we broke structure. All right. So this is a demand zone. All right. We're still waiting for price to jump in there and ultimately give a reaction, or we're just going to run right through it. But this is the point of interest that I want to see us trade into. All right. And if we go into like something like the 4 hour, you'll be able to see it. All right. There's the accumulation. All right. And just start training yourself to it. All right. This was a selling climax to the automatic rally, secondary test to a UA. We ultimately created this action right here, broke structure. This ended up mitigating out of here, but on the daily, that's my point of interest, right? We understand that buyers are sitting somewhere in here, and I want to wait for price now to trade into this. So absolutely. All right, sounds good. Yeah, bro. Hey, Victor. Yeah. I know we haven't gone over anything, so I'll go through what I'm looking at, and at the end, bro, if you got anything that probably we haven't covered, we'll get into it. All right. Hey, guys, just let me get through my pairs real quick that I'm looking at because I do have like two setups that I'm actually watching, and then we'll look at some pairs. All right. So yeah, and throw your charts. Like if you want me to look at something, throw your charts because if I don't have it marked up, um, I don't want to waste a whole lot of time to try to mark it up on my own. All right. So UCAD, that's where I'm looking, right? That's my point of interest. All right. So now fast forward to what happened yesterday. All right. When we came into this 50% of the 8 hour. All right. We're going to fast forward and come in here. And you'll notice, right, this is again this is when I get on the lower time frame. All right. So this black line right here is the 50% of the H8. All right. And we see our schematic, right? We clearly see a nice schematic building. As price is making a high, this makes this the low. We make a new high. This makes this the low. We make a new high. This makes this the low, right? So this is structure on the 1 minute. So we break structure, but we don't exit our trading range. So even though this would have been a decent entry off of this candle here, all right, I didn't take it, one, because it was like 5 o'clock in the morning and I was sound asleep on a US holiday. All right. But where I did take the entry is after we cleaned it up, after I got confirmations that, you know what, we have a low, we make ultimately a new low down here, right? Because this is the leg. When we're looking at legs, this is our leg, all right, sliding all the way down. I understand that this is what's maintaining bearishness, okay? And from there, I got to figure out, all right, what are we going to play off of? There's got to be something in here that we're going to play off of. So now just going through the time frames. If I go to the 2 minute, right, we have ultimately an area up here, an extreme mitigation area, and then we have this area here, that slingshot that creates the break of structure, right? But nothing really looks, nothing looks tasty yet. So when you come to the 3 minute though, this 3 minute candle definitely draw my attention to it. All right. So I took an entry wick just above this. You can see we wicked right into it. It was a 2.8 pip stop. And obviously when we got the reaction that we did, I went to break even, right? As soon as we made a new low right here, break even. All right. Why there? Because the top didn't fully create a break of structure. You talking about up here? Yeah. So the reason I didn't take an entry up there was because we really didn't have a sign of strength or a sign of weakness, right? So, if you're SC or if you're BC to AR, you can see the blue lines right here, collects or trading range. This here, it's equal lows, right? Equal lows. All right. There's no sign of weakness. This is the first sign of weakness we have. All right. And we didn't exit the trading range. I would have been a little more favorable to taking that entry if, ultimately if we would have exited the trading range and then come up. All right. So that's why I didn't take this entry. And it was 5 o'clock in the morning, my time, and I was sound asleep. If you get hit out early, would you play a higher area? Yeah. So if this area got clapped, I had a 1 minute that I was going to go off of up here. All right. And then I just split the risk. I split the risk off of that. Okay. And then, I mean, you could see where it's currently sitting at. I know yesterday it was at like a 1 to 17. I don't even know what it's at right now. Let's see. We're about a 1 to 25. All right. A 1 to 25. All right. I'm personally going to wait. I haven't taken partials yet. I'm going to wait until we break below here. So 12700 is where I'm looking. And then ultimately I want to make a new low. So this is the H4 low. If we get down there and then into that daily point of interest that I was looking at, that would make this a 1 to 78. All right. And this is the daily right here. This is that daily candle that I want us to trade into. So I'm just going to keep, building positions going until US CAD tells me it wants to be bullish. All right. That's really all I'm looking at. Here, give me a second, guys. Hold on. Let me try to open up. Yeah. I'll throw these links in, but all right. We'll get to it when I get to it. Okay. Just give me a second. So for re-entry, I'll tell you right now, for re-entry, today's price action sucked. I really didn't like anything. I was kind of hoping that we can trade up into this 5 minute candle right here. All right. We had some equal highs. There was an agenda there to sweep these highs and mitigate out of this candle. At this point, really, Asian session isn't giving me a lot of faith on what's going on here. We could just potentially just fall off the roof here. So I'm just going to keep watching it. We do have again some equal highs that are left right here. All right. So I'm mindful of that. I see that's a potential area where price is going to try and grab some liquidity, fill some more orders of theirs. But I don't want to play off of anything here, right? Especially with equal highs here. So ultimately, if we do trade back up, right? If we do trade back up anywhere in here and we build another schematic, right? I'll take it from anywhere in here, but I'm not going to set a limit order on it. Maybe potentially tomorrow morning I'll do something with it and look during New York session, but that's about it. On a 1 to 25, no partials yet. How much percentage did you risk? 1/4%. I risk 1/4%. So yeah, there you go. He's got it. 1/4%. Um, yeah. All right. So that's what I got. That's what we got into UCAD. And obviously, we're looking to take this down, right? We're looking to take this down to make a new H4. Alrighty. Now the other trade that we were looking at is GCAD, right? The other trade that we were looking at is GCAD. And let me see if hold on. No worries. I was going to go into my journal, but so on GCAD, this is what I'm looking at. All right. So from a 4-hour perspective, we are, we have broken, we're bullish. This is maintaining H4 high, and this is our H4 low. Okay. If this was our previous high, we made a new high. This has to be the low. This is what we're holding on to. All right. I was kind of hoping we were going to trade into this H4 candle, but GCAD decided it wanted a different thing to do. And, it ultimately, oh geez, come on. There we go. It ultimately gave an accumulation here. All right. So when it accumulated there and exited the trading range, we confirmed this as a type 2. All right. Confirmed it as a type 2. And now we're looking for some buys to ultimately make a new high. All right. Fast forward over to the 2-hour. All right. And when price ultimately where it reacted from in this accumulation was off of this 2-hour slingshot candle, right? This is the candle that created the ultimate break of structure out of this mess over here. All right. So no trade yet. I didn't take a trade in there. This was just marking it up and following it. I'll tell you, somebody in my personal Discord actually showed this chart. I was like, oh, you know what? This is actually looking pretty good. We went off of it and played into it. So here's that accumulation in here. We broke out of it, we mitigated to the extreme of it, and then we made a new high. All right. So just following order flow and structure, we're walking this up. All right. Come over to the 5-minute. And this order here really ticked me off because it missed by, I want to say it missed by like a pip. But you can see what's going on here, right? We have another accumulation here. There is this 50% of the 5-minute candle, but it's also the same as a 1 minute right here. Okay. So the 1 minute and the 50% of the 5 all jive with me. So ultimately all I wanted to see was us, if this is our trading range, and we're going to confirm only there's 1 or 2 options for us. We either spring, break structure, come back and go, or we can confirm a type 2. And for me, for the type 2, I need a break of structure, exit of the trading range to show a sign of strength, come back to mitigate, and we go up. All right. So that's what I was looking for to happen. And ultimately, I mean, it did exactly what it was supposed to. All right. It did exit the trading range. We did see signs of strength, and I was looking to see if we're going to react off this 5-minute. You could see we got another accumulation schematic. All right. So inside of this accumulation, we ultimately confirm that we got a spring here. All right. If this was the STNB, we were supposed to exit the trading range, which we never did. We fell down. All right. And then just following structure, off of this area here, you could see it was pretty close to our order. If this was my order sitting right here, that's how close we came. All right. It was about 1.3 pips, something like that. But ultimately on GCAD, we made a low, right? Well, if we made a low and we made a new low, this is the lower high. This is what I need to see broken. We do that right here. Price comes right back into the 1-minute candle, which was a phenomenal trade. The only issue with that is this happens at 3:30 in the morning, my time. And I'm not a London trader. Those days of me waking up that early are long gone. So unfortunately, it wasn't there. But it did give, if you guys were during London and you saw this, it did give a fantastic trade opportunity. Whether you took 50%, if you wanted to take 50% of that, that was a 3.9 pip stop. And if you took the full boat, that was a 5.8 pip stop. All right. But schematic was clean. It was there. Now, fast forward to New York session where I actually get up and I see the, start to look at the market. We do have a reaccumulation, right? We have our 3 drives. Price ends up trading down, creates a shakeout, right? We create a shakeout. For me, I'm sure everyone was looking at this as distro, all right? Distribution. There's no point, right? What are we distributing out of the left? What's the higher time frame point of interest? It's nothing, right? Absolutely nothing. So I'm not looking to sell this. What I'm waiting for is simply one of 2 things. I'm waiting for that jump of the creek and a creation of a new high. And once we get that, then I will go ahead and start looking for some buys. All right. So this morning we got that. I was simply looking, there's a 3-minute candle in here. There's this 5-minute. There's also, I think the 6-minute was close to it. No, the 6-minute was a little higher, but 3-minute, 5-minute, there's a 3-minute. The 2-minute wasn't as good. It essentially was pretty much the same thing as the 3. But ultimately that was the order. It was a 7.1 pip stop. Price comes in, tags it, and more importantly, just looking how we traded into that. So if we come to the 1 minute, right? Hold on. Where are we? There we go. So just pay attention how, when people say, hey, look at price action as it's coming into your point of interest, this is what we want to see, right? We want to see nice, orderly, controlled compression, right? We don't want to see this, right? You never want to see that somebody, like falling out of the freaking house or falling off a building or, a falling knife. You don't want to see that. You want to see nice, orderly compression. And that's what we got here. So when I saw that all day long, that was a good trade setup. Boom, pops into it. And, and at that point, what I'm waiting for now is just for us to break above this high. All right. If we could take this high, then ultimately I'm going to be looking for another entry on this sucker. Okay. Let's see. On lower time frame, do you usually enter off the extreme? So I will always have an order limit off of the extreme because, and this is my thinking of it. If we break the extreme, right, the extreme here, all right, that extreme mitigation is what's maintaining structure. If we break that, we've collapsed structure. So I will always take an order limit off of that, out of that slingshot area that creates either the new high, new low, or break of structure. What I'm simply looking for there is I'm looking for a reaction. I'm looking for either another schematic or simply just follow order flow. When we get the break, retest, boom, go up. When you break structure, let it mitigate out of something and you can do it. All right. Either way, this is still a schematic if you look at it, right? If we're coming down like this and we break structure, come back, mitigate, and go higher, this is accumulation. All right. It's more of like a type 4 accumulation. All right. You got the 1 minute BOS enter from React. Oh yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're talking about in here? Yeah, there was a schematic in there too, bro. Is that what you're talking about, Victor? Right here? You talking about in here? Yeah, you could have. Yeah. I know, bro. I know. Listen, this is what happens when you're at the rental car agency trying to get your car because it got shellacked fixed. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but we have another schematic right here as we come into it, right? This is another schematic. What happens is here, right? So if this is our low, when we make this is our high, make a new low, this is our high. What do? We break structure and then boom, come right into that 1 minute candle. So instead of the 7 pip stop loss, right? Instead of the 7 pip stop loss, you actually could have crunched it a whole lot better. Let's just see what it could have been. If you wanted to take it off the open would have been, I guess about the same, 10. But if you wanted to take 50% of this candle, which would have been definitely ideal, you'd be looking at, 4.5 to 5 pips. All right. But you could have taken 2 entries off of that. All right. So at this point, I'm at break even on them. I'm going to let them ride. I know where I'm taking them to. Yes, it is amazing for GCAD, Victor says. Yeah. Because GCAD, I'll tell you what, I don't really trade GCAD a lot. I usually jump into the sister pair EuroCAD, which, man, let me tell you, EuroCAD. I'll let Victor talk about EuroCAD later because I don't know if I'm willing. I don't know if I'm willing to bring her back. Would you take 2 entries like this so close together? I'll tell you what I would do is on this entry here, right? On this entry here that I took on the break of the new high, all right? we're expecting that this, especially if I get such a tight entry like that, we're expecting that this entry should maintain bullishness, right? It's maintaining structure. So I would take another entry here. Just this one has to be at break even. All right. That's how I would take it. Okay. Yeah, yeah. What do you know that is a refired IFC like the true IFC is yeah, no, I don't. I have no idea about that. Let's see, do you have analysis practically every pair and just trade the ones? Yeah, yeah. I only trade the clean setups. That's pretty much what it is. I do have like I spend, I do a top down on a lot of pairs, and then I just, the ones that come into my point of interest are the ones I take. All right. So yeah, GCAD's there. Ideally, what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for a new high. All right. And if we do get that new high, I'll be looking probably, I'll tell you right now, I'll be looking probably into this 10-minute candle, somewhere in here is where I'm going to be looking if we do get a new high for price potentially to come back into here and then make a new high. Okay. There's a 2-minute inside the 10-minute. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. 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 But I need the new high. All right. I need us to make a new high. That's why this alert is sitting right up here. Okay. Where can I learn how to mark up reaccumulation and redistribution? Where can you learn how to mark up? I'll tell you what, my first advice to you is get yourself the Ruben Villahermosa book called Wyckoff Methodologies. It'll definitely break it up. You can look it on Amazon. Just type in Wyckoff Methodologies, and that would be the first area. And then the second would be if you want to jump into the big Discord that we have. There's a lot of good traders in there. We have a lot of resources in the free education section. If you're not in it, if someone can just drop that in there, you can do it. What's the meaning of MC? MC is my extreme mitigation candle. SC is my slingshot candle. All right. So yeah. Awesome. Exactly. FXCM data feed on GCAD are really hit that 10-minute time frame. Exactly. That's why on all of my charts, you will never see me put FXCM on there. All right. So go back test FXCM. That's all I'm going to tell you is back test FXCM the last 2 months, compare it to your broker's feed. And then that's all I'm going to say about it. All right. I don't use FXCM anymore because of that shenanigans. All right. All right. So now let's get over to what I'm currently looking at. Gold. I am still holding gold from 2 weeks ago. The Tuesday call we did 2 weeks ago. Whoever gave me the idea to look at gold, thank you very much, because I got it in right there. All right. So 27 pip stop is what I caught it on and still holding. So I'm still planning on taking it down to the weekly. I'm looking to at least break this H4 low right here. All right. Because from a daily perspective, this is what we're looking at. All right. So we are just respecting all of the lower highs. And, this is very convincing to me. I want to see it now. Just keep going lower. All right. Can you trade through my analysis on gold for that trade? Yeah. I mean, it was pretty easy. So, I mean, if we just go back to whatever that two Tuesdays ago, I guess it was. I mean, on a weekly, we're bullish, right? I mean, no doubt about it, we're bullish. But you got to ask yourself, okay, so we're bullish. What created this new high, right? And for me, it was this weekly candle that gave us that slingshot up. And then this is that extreme candle that we should probably either mitigate one of these two. We need to pull back into them. All right. So looking at it from that perspective on the weekly, would you say Awanda lines up with more? Yeah. For me, Awanda lines up with more FX choice. Yeah, absolutely. So, anyway, we'll go back to gold here. So on the weekly, we're looking at that. Daily, right? Daily, we're just walking it down. All right. I mean, it literally is just walking itself down. Nice complex pullback. So for me, coming into this extreme point right here, it was a no-brainer to say, yeah, you know what? I'll put some risk on it. I'll throw the trade in. I personally saw this 4-hour candle right here. We'll go into replay mode on it. I personally saw this 4-hour candle and I said, all right, well, 50%. I like 50s and 80s. Took 50% of that 4-hour candle. And then I tucked in a little tighter onto it. And I said, all right, what's my risk? Where's the highest point that I need to risk? All right. So 50% of this H4 candle also lined up with this price action in here. We had some imbalance. I don't know if you can see it, but we had some imbalance right here on the 5-minute. And truthfully, I didn't need to go anything higher than right here. All right. This move here clearly mitigated whatever was going on in here. All right. So my risk was right up here. Entry was this 5-minute, this black line right here with the 5-minute imbalance. All right. But it was based off of the 50% of the H4. And then obviously when price came into there, I just let it rock and roll. It wasn't the tightest stop that I've ever had on gold, but there it is right there. It wasn't the tightest stop I ever had on gold. What is it? 27 pips, but I was sleeping when this happened. So this was 1 o'clock in the morning. When I woke up at like 9, we were ultimately already broken down below here, and I went to break even. Okay. So that was pretty much it. Yeah, hold on. Let's see. Since this is the pullback of the weekly, would that make this a counter trend trade? Technically it is. Yeah, it's a counter trend trade but it's a counter trend trade onto the daily. So you're going with daily structure, if that makes sense. And that's why I'd counter trend trade it, because it's daily structure. All right. I'll look at that in a second. Hold on. Holding that. No, just on my personal. Too bad on FTMO. No, they wouldn't let me hold that crap, man. Whatever. It is what it is, man. But just for gold, like what I'm personally looking at, you could see this H4 candle right here, right? Everyone should see if this was a low, we just made a new low, right? So this is what's maintaining bearishness currently. And we have this H4 candle. Inside of this H4 candle, when you dive in on the lower time frame, and I'm just going to go right to the 1 minute because that's where I'm looking. All right. Let's go right there. So on the 1 minute time frame, where I'm looking is in this redistribution. All right. There's a lot of supply sitting in it off of this redistribution right here. This 1 minute candle and the 5-minute candle, same candle. That's where I'm looking for price to trade back into and ultimately catch an entry to go lower. All right. So you can see here's my order sitting. I want to play it off of this 5-minute candle. And then we'll see how we trade. All right. Right now, like none of this looks appetizing at all to me for anything. So yeah, you got it, bro. Am I looking to take another entry? Absolutely. I'm looking to take another entry on this thing. Absolutely. So yeah, I want to see it there. And then obviously this target is just to make a new low. So off of this will be a 1 to 18. All righty. All right. So that's gold. That's in a nutshell. It's just go on to the 5-minute candle and you'll see the redistribution right here. All right. That's ultimately where I'm looking. All right. Let me catch up real quick. Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you. I'm like I said, I'm holding the higher entry. It's like 1,400 pips in profit. So I'm liking it. But that's gold. All right. The other thing, like EU, I'm just not really happy with right now. I was looking at EU from this schematic down in here. All right. And I'm not liking what I'm seeing price action wise for us to come back down there. I also have this point right here because this was a reaccumulation in here, just a really horribly disgusting reaccumulation that we saw during Asian session. So these are my 2 points of interest that I'd like to see price trade back into. I got my alert sitting right here. If we get back into here, ideally what I want to see is some compression, trade into it, schematic, buy it up from there, or trade back down into this area here. So I don't have pending set on this simply because we've moved away from it, right? We've moved away from it. I want to see now how we trade back into it. That's how I'm going to do it. We can look at DXY too, man. Hold on. So DXY is for me still bearish. We are, where is it? No, that's cryptocurrency, DXY. So if we go over to the 1 hour, we did have this small accumulation into a reaccumulation that left equal highs, and then we just took the equal highs. Okay. We just took the equal highs. So at this point, what I'm seeing, especially from like a 4 hour, obviously for me, the confirmation that we are going to be continuing the downward ascent is when we take this. Okay. But I definitely just put in perspective. You can see the accumulation that happened here, right? Let me just put this in perspective for you. So this is a redistribution, and that's the little old accumulation that we saw. All right. So for me, we're still bearish, right? We're still bearish. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Victor said we're maintaining the bearish leg, and we are. So, bro, do you want me to unmute you? Here, hold on. You want me to unmute you just in case you want to throw anything in there when I'm going over it? There you go. You can if you want, man.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, how are you?
Don't get me started, dude. Don't get me started. It's been one thing after another all day, yesterday and today. So anyway, but that's why I'm looking on EU. I am looking, ideally, I know Victor was looking, right? You were looking way lower, man. And so was I. Where's EU? I know we were looking way lower. I wanted this daily down in here. I wanted us to trade into the daily, way down here.
I'm still looking for it to, I want to sell it. That's what I was telling you.
Well, yeah, but you want to sell it from up here, no?
Well, so I'm just looking at this last leg.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to. But anyways, you can see where the last leg.
Hold on. There you go. You can annotate, bro. Go ahead.
Hold on a sec. So I was just looking at this leg here, right? And then this price action in here is kind of funky. But if you go into a lower time frame, where are you now? Are you on, what is it?
I was on the 4. You want me to go to the 1?
4. Go to H4.
I was on the 4.
Was it?
Yeah, that's the 4.
Okay, yeah. So on the 4, and you could see on H1, you could see that we're essentially making H1 structure. I don't really like playing H1 structure, but for the time being, and it doesn't look like, because Asia already came in here, I was looking at essentially this entire candle right there. And I just wanted to see what price will do once it comes up, because it's just maintaining bearish, bearish order flow and continuing to move us down into these targets here.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. I agree. That's the only reason I'm contemplating a buy from like in here, this accumulation is only if we build another schematic in here to take it higher. And then obviously if we do for some miraculous reason take out this, that's it. I'm maintaining buys the whole way. But yeah, this is really where I wanted to see us buy from.
Yeah. 100%.
But I just, I don't know about the sell, man. For me, like I would have liked to have sold it potentially from here after we broke that main structure, that would have been a good area, but it's EU, you know what I mean? I don't know. So lately the Euro pairs have been kind of just doing some crazy stuff, man.
I'll show you if you look on, let's say you jump on the daily, just go into the higher time frame. It's very visible.
Yeah.
You could see where we're kind of, you see this right here as was, that last point that kind of is pushing down. Mm-hmm. So the way that I'm looking at it is we broke here with this little wick. We're probably going to react either from this candle right there or this area and then continue going down. And if we break up through this, then the last point of interest is obviously, in there. Right?
Yeah.
If we break through that, we're just going to continue being bullish.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Hey, listen, if it comes to 50% of that daily, I'll sell it. I'll sell it on the 50%. Yeah, especially if we catch a really nice schematic in there.
That's what I'm looking for. So I have that entire area marked up, and that's essentially what I'm looking for the next sell.
Yeah. You know what? Here, hold on. I'm just gonna set an alert because if we do get up in there, I will.
Yeah, you want to definitely.
Yeah, 50% daily. Look for distro. Okay. Yeah. I'll throw an alert in there, man. So that's what I got on EU. CAD on the H1 is bearish. You want to sell it. Okay. My only thing about CAD-J on the H1, take a look at the H4
Yeah, look on the
and,
100.
and then take a look at the daily, and then, yeah. So I don't have a pair that I watch the most. I could tell you the pairs that I'm most profitable on, but I'll trade no matter what. It just has to line up, with my bias and what I want to look at. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Victor, if you want, I'll let you do CAD-J at the end. Let me go into odd CAD real quick. And I know what real quick, what were you telling me to look at the daily on odd CAD? You there? Oh, hold on. I think you muted yourself, bro. There
Yeah,
you go.
I myself because I still have my daughter running around. So.
Hey, yeah. So what were you looking? Tell me what you were telling me about the daily on odd CAD.
You have to look at, like, I'm looking at it from an entire leg
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah.
Now,
Okay, I know what you mean. Okay, yeah.
I know what you're buying, and I know you're buying that way. Because if we go into H4, that's H4 structure. So you're just maintaining bullish order flow
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're buy from the wick, which
Yep.
100%, I get it,
Yep.
right? Um, but having said that, given the fact that we are due for a pullback, and I believe we just made a higher high. And that entire leg, we haven't seen a pullback.
No, and I agree. We're super bullish. Absolutely, we haven't pulled back.
Yeah.
But for me, until right, because if
I
you
know.
guys look at it, right, this
I
is a
agree.
leg, right? So this made this the low. We just made a new high, the low. So this is what's maintaining bullishness. And no, I know what you mean. I agree. I'm going to give it a shot, and the only reason I'm going to give this a shot is because we came in here on the. So, and this is just me building the case for this trade, right? We came in here and we built a schematic on the 1 hour, right?
Well, the other
Go ahead.
thing, sorry, Mike. The other
Yeah.
thing is we did mitigate. I don't know. You're on Oanda, but if you go back and you look at the bottom of that structural leg on H4, the 1 minute candle, it either, I don't know if it mitigated on Oanda, but on FXCM it came maybe half a bit shy. So that's the last mitigation point on the lowest time frame that we can find in there. It's huge,
Yeah.
but did this last spring week did come into it.
So, okay, I know what you mean. Yeah. Well, and then if you look at the 5 minute inside of that price action, we got a type 2 that
Yeah,
built
I
itself,
saw that.
Yeah. And then this is one thing and this is just what I looked at, the point of interest, right? So if we come over here to the daily, the only reason I'm potentially looking at anything is over here in this wick, right? In this wick here. If we come in a replay mode, and I marked it up, maybe like on the 1 hour. Yeah. We left clean equal highs there at like 99.40, which would be like 20 pips above the previous high that we just formed at this leg, right? Because this came into like 99.02. So we're talking like 40 pips above. So if it gives it to me, it gives it to me. If not, we'll see. But I got, it's bullish. We're going with the trend. So what I'm looking at is I'm personally looking at in this 5 minute, we have a 1 minute candle. So this type 2 for me was confirmed. We broke structure, exited the trading range. And I'm looking at this 1 minute candle right here.
I was going to say inflate your stop loss because it is odd CAD.
Yeah. So absolutely, and what I'm doing is my stop loss is to the bottom of this wick. If you just want to add the extra half a pip to the bottom of this one, that's golden. But I'm looking at this buy just to take it higher, and just I'm going to be realistic with it. Like I'm just going to go to the top of the 1 hour trading range at first, right? If this is the trading range, I'm just going to go to the top of it, 98.30, somewhere around there. It's still like a 1 to 20. All right. That's what I'm looking at. So, real quick, the question about gold. Yeah. The accumulation to me isn't clear. I personally have no aspiration to buy gold off the accumulation. All right. Do I ever use fibs as confluence? Yeah, I mean, I do. I don't need to use them just because I understand I've been doing it for so long that I know where 71, 78, and 88 six lies. I like 50 and 80% for candles though. All right. Sorry. Yeah. I'm paying attention to it. My bad. Where's the link to the Zoom? I posted in the Discord, so my bad. Yeah. Okay. No worries.
We share charts together. Sorry, I'm just answering.
Yeah. Sorry.
We take our trades individually, though. It's not.
Yeah. We do like a little brainstorming. That's what we do.
We share
So
opinions down
yeah.
to each other. It's the best way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you right now, like when you have a trading partner, the best thing to do is mark up your chart. And then like, I don't send him my chart until he tells me that he's marked it up, and he doesn't send me a chart until I said, all right, I'm ready. Cause I don't want to have a bias in it. Right. I don't want to like see his chart and then mark it up the same way, because then that does both of us an injustice, like we sometimes, dude, I remember a couple of times, like we spent hours going over the same chart because we're like, no, this is how I see it. And he's like, no, this is how I see it. So, and then finally we break it down and we look at everything. We go, with the clear mind. Sometimes I'll have to go for a walk, or we'll come back and, hey, I'm going to go to the gym. I'll come back and we'll take a look at it, so definitely you want to do that. Do I consider Wix as a break of structure? I'll tell you, when in doubt, go to the line chart. So when in doubt, go to the line chart. So for me currently, no, this isn't a break of structure. All right. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. So that's odd CAD. Hey, I'll let you talk about CADJ and ECAD, man. I wanted to talk about GA. All right. So GA, listen, I'm still holding 2 positions from last week. Way down here in this accumulation. All right. Let me just go into it. So now, granted, we are extremely bullish. Okay. Just look at the daily. All right. We are extremely bullish on this. The only reason I counter trend traded this is because we traded into a point of interest. We are technically somewhat in a schematic on the daily time frame. All right. So I gave it a shot just based off of, because on the daily we're in a schematic. All right. And then off of lower time frame. All right. Off of lower time frame, we are building just nice order flow. All right. So we had the original accumulation that sat right here. Okay. Confirmed it, broke out. We traded back in another accumulation. I actually caught my first entry right here on the lower time frame in this 1 minute right here. Okay. This was last week. I'm not going to go into too much detail because we covered it last week. All right. But yeah, we caught this accumulation, price broke structure, came back into my 1 minute candle, off to the races we went. All right. And then from there, we just started building really nice order flow. You can actually see how price is respecting the lows. And here, we'll just make this a whole lot quicker, man. It's respecting the lows. We are getting ultimately what we wanted to see out of it. All right. I did catch another buy in here off of this 1 minute accumulation in here. All right. So these are the 2 orders that I'm holding. I've partialed out based off of like the 15-minute high and stuff. But now we come over to what happened in here. All right. And for me, this is another reaccumulation. I just haven't marked all the points out. But ultimately, what we got was, if I go to the 10-minute, we had price trying to do like some sort of ugly distribution. We had a creek. We had a shakeout. All right. And then we ultimately made a new high. All right. So for me, I'm potentially looking at a buy from here. All right. This did mitigate the 30-minute candle. All right. We do have an extreme mitigation point down here, but I'm going to first give it a stab, depending on how we come into it, taking an entry off of this price, off the 10-minute. 50% of the 10-minute is like really my point of interest. But if I can get this to really shrink down on the stop loss side and we get into a schematic, absolutely, I'd like to take a buy. All right. And where I'm going to be taking a buy to, all right, would be, there's some equal highs sitting right here. All right. Everyone should be able to see these equal highs right here. I think I got them maybe marked up on the 30-minute. Let me see. Yeah. So on the 30-minute, And you can see my orders right here, the 2 orders that I'm still writing. That's ultimately where I want to take it to, right up here. All right. This is where I'm going to take the bulk of my volume off. And this is sitting at like 77.90. So from the 10-minute candle right here, this would be a 1 to 21, relatively pretty quick. It's 155 pips. All right. So that's what I'm looking for on GA. I was waiting all day. I wanted to see if we were going to make a new high, which we did. And that's ultimately what I wanted to see. All right. Let's see, hold on. You consider, okay, thank you. The UA is the one that must have the change of character. No. Your change of character happens. Your by definition, your selling climax or buying climax to your automatic rally or automatic reaction is by definition the first change of character. That's how you verify that that's your SC and your BC. All right. The UA happens the next leg. All right. And you don't really need to have a UA. It's like a provision that allows you to break structure and then come back down. How many times will you let yourself get clapped on a setup before calling it quits? I mean, realistically, I can't answer that. I don't know. Because it depends. Like if I could tell you this, I always have only 2 points of interest in a setup. So if both of those get clapped, that means that my bias was wrong, and I wait for. So if I'm buying and both of them get clapped, at that point I know it's going to be a sell, and I just wait for the confirmations to sell price. All right. Can you go over determining your TP more in depth? So for me, it's always like if I'm obviously like on GA here, right? My TP for me is going to be the equal, because we're bearish. We're extremely bearish, right? My TP is going to be these equal highs. Right? These equal highs. On something like GCAD, all right, it's just to make a new H4 high because we're bearish, right? We're making higher highs and higher lows on the H4. We were at the bottom end of the H4. So for me, I'm taking that up to the H4 high. Okay. That's ultimately how I decide. Look for highs and lows, right? I personally like to, now if it's a counter trend move, I'm not looking to break, a significant structure point. What I'm looking for is an area of equal highs or equal lows. And if I'm pro trend, I'm going to be looking for a continuation move. All right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brent. Yeah, there you go, man. UCAD. Do you remember UCAD? UCAD and UJ. We must have taken, I don't know how many damn break evens. All right. Where can we read on UA and change of character? That book that I talked about, Wyckoff Methodologies by Ruben Villamosa. All right. If that's probably the best book that I ever read to get me started on my Wyckoff theory journey. All right. Yeah, persistence is key, man. Absolutely. All right. So that's why I'm looking at GA. Now I'll tell you right now, for GJ and GU, I am in no man's land. Okay. Right now, I'd like to see buys, but here's my problem. We're literally in no man's land. Okay. So when we're looking for what's happening to price, I have my alert sitting right here because I need us to make a new high. If we can make a new high, then I can look for buys. But until we make a new high from where we're sitting, I'm perfectly content with us coming down all the way back here and looking for a buy in here to take it higher. Okay. Because for me, this is our leg, right?
Hey, Mike.
Go ahead.
So yesterday, I want to show you this.
If you're going to show me that schematic there, bro, I'm going to be upset.
Okay, so look, you just have to look at like how we're building our legs, and obviously where you see possible start of distribution, which possibly I agree, but you have to understand that higher highs were being built and higher lows were being respected. This entry here was, well, there wasn't a clean entry here, but it was kind of weird where, we reacted and then we broke up and then we broke down. Anyways, bottom line is we came up, we came down, and then we made a higher high. So for all intents and purposes, this candle was obvious. I was surprised that you weren't in this because I really thought that this one you were going to get, right? Because this candle was obvious, and then all you're looking for is that next higher high. Because look, structure is perfect.
This is why I didn't get it, bro. Because this was 5 o'clock in the morning our time. This was one of those days where I said I'm going to wake up early, and I didn't wake up till like 9 in the morning. And by it was a schematic. I don't know if anyone saw it. There was a schematic in there.
Price just basically all Price did in here was it did that, and then BOS came back to mitigate, and it moved up.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. You're 100% correct. And that's why
Yeah.
for me, I have the alert here, because when we do that, then I'm going to be
Yeah.
looking here for
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
And-
I mean, I missed it. It sucks. I missed
And
it. And even was it, no, it wasn't here. It wasn't here where it just had a
Yeah.
really drawn out, it was like almost like a teacup accumulation in there,
Mhm.
you know? Yeah, it sucked. But at this point, whatever, it is what it is. I'm bullish. I think both of us we've been bullish on GJ since since this shenanigans over here. When we when we verified this was
Yeah,
reaccumulating.
yeah, 100%.
This-
Right. This
yeah.
this was
This was the
freaking-
buy. Yeah, this was the
yeah.
buy down here.
We
If any-
were staring at it when it was happening.
Yeah. Price action. If you guys ever want to back test something, go to GJ, drop down into this area here, go to the 1 and 2, I think it was 1 and 3 minute where the entries were. And
Yeah,
just find out your risk to reward just to make it up to here to make a new high. All right.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
No, it was a beautiful trade. Beautiful
Yeah.
trade. So for GJ though, I'm just waiting on a new high, which I'm sure we're gonna get.
Yeah,
I'm
but this
sure.
is this was tight. This is sitting at about just over 40% right now.
Yeah.
From the entry.
Yeah. It is what it is, but you know what, like I didn't catch GJ, but I'm still holding those 2 buys on GA. So, I mean,
Yeah,
it kind of cancels out. And one of the things, like I told myself, one, you got to be careful of margin, especially when you're trading some of this stuff. And for me on my currency side, yeah, I have to watch margin, so in yen pairs, especially pound yen, costs a lot of margin. So, but that's GJ. GU, pretty much the same thing, right? I mean, it's if you compare the charts, it's almost identical, right? So for me, there was a buy, and I don't know who jumped in the buy here with us, but I know I caught that buy. That was a really cool. That was a really easy buy to catch, and obviously we took it just up to the highs. At this point, what I'm waiting for is just like GJ, man. I've got my alert. Wait for this to make a new high, and then I'm going to be looking in here for, ideally, I'd love to get like a 1 5-minute accumulation so that I can really narrow down that stop loss. All right. What is margin? Man, just Google it. It's going to take, it's just what the broker, it's like a loan on what you have. So if you have, $1,000 account and you have a, 1 to 500 margin, they're going to give you 500 times that available to trade. All right. And it's all based on the, the stuff that's, that you're trading. All right. So GU's, pretty much what I was looking at. I will tell you this. So NZD CAD, I do have a point of interest that I'm watching. We're ways from it. All right. And this is just looking at structure. Okay. So when we look at what happened as far as our legs, all right, from a higher time frame. So this was our high. Hold on. Let me do this. Let's move it down like that. So this was our high up here. Oh, for the love. There we go. This was our high. We made a new high in the leg, right? So this is our leg. All right. So this is the extreme, or this is what's maintaining the leg being bullish. And if any of you guys caught, oh, for the love. Now this thing's going to go off. Hold on. Let me delete it. If any of you guys caught all of these accumulations back in the beginning of December, we were just going crazy catching. I think there was a schematic in here, one in here, and then this was like a reaccumulation in here. So we caught all kinds of stuff in here. This has all been evenly traded and mitigated out of. This is what I want to see us trade into. So if we can come in here, lower time frame, catch a schematic to take up, that's what I'm going to be doing. And then on this, I'll tell you, like, we've had a decent pullback. I would like to target the highs. I want to target the highs to make a new high. So this potentially could be a decent. What happened to gold? Did it freaking just go right through our entry?
No. It just come into H4. It's fine.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah, no worries. So, but NZD CAD, that's pretty much it. And then ultimately I was looking at U Chef Sells. I was looking at U Chef Sells, but I want to see it if we can come back into like this 15-minute point of interest. All right. You can see we've just kind of been cleaning up, taking out some equal lows, and ultimately structure for me is still bearish on all the time frames, all the higher time frames. But this 15-minute candle is where I want to look to see if we can come back into and then sell off to make a new H4 low, which is sitting right here, way down here. Okay. So, but we have all kinds of equal lows that we're that I'd be targeting. And if price, I have an alert here. If price comes in and gives me a nice little schematic, I'd love to get a schematic in here, just like we did on UCAD. All right.
It's ugly though.
No, it is. It is, man. Listen,
It's
it is.
super ugly.
But it's a US dollar cross, and
Yeah,
all you got to do is US dollar crosses and hit sell, and you'll make money. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I have. Victor, do you want to go over what you got, and then I'll go through some of these charts real quick once we're done.
Well, let's see what people wanted to look at first. People wanted to look at CJ, right?
Well, here, hold on. Euro odd, man. You're still fighting Euro odd, bro, are you?
Me?
No.
Oh,
Patrick here.
I don't
He's bro. You're looking for what? You're looking for sells, right? Let me see. So, all right. So there's a 5-minute distro. All right. So you're going with the trend. I like it. I don't know if that's a valid PSY though. Do you have so that's the 30-minute. Hold on.
I don't see any sales on your odd right now. I'm just looking at the chart.
Yeah. Like,
let's see it. Hold on.
You're a break even, right? If you're a break even, I think you're good.
Your odd gave buys if you wanted to buy, because if you look at the 1 hour, that perfectly came in and just shot right up, just following order flow. And we're coming to mitigate out of that leg. I mean, at least out of that leg.
Hold on, let me see. I don't even have it marked up because I
don't have anything marked up. I'm just looking at it with my eye. I don't like to. There's nothing on your ad right now. If you look on the 1 hour, it's clean.
Yeah, but so like my only question is it's showing distro, but from what? What is it distributing out of? Like it's got to be something in here, but I think we're going to come higher.
It's fake.
Yeah. It's not going to be like it's not going to have any teeth. This distro right here for me. Yeah. A 50, I'll tell you right now, your point of interest here. So this is just rule of thumb, right?
4-minute POI. What the hell?
4-minute to me just isn't a strong enough POI. Like I want a 1 hour, I want a 4 hour, I want a daily. Man, if we can get a weekly, that's even better. But for me, a point of interest on a small time frame isn't anything valid.
Here, just to go back to your odd just to show everybody.
Yeah, good.
Guys, when you're stuck in a low time frame, just be aware of it. Just jump into a daily time frame. Like literally, just go ahead and jump into daily.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll see everything you need to see on a daily time frame. Yeah. Who said in the chat they're looking for buys? Where are you looking to buy to? Look at this price action. You're literally fighting on an army of sellers.
Mm-hmm.
Downside.
Here, I'll give you guys. Look, I'll give you guys just my opinion, right? So, and I know Victor's the same way. We have been waiting. Actually, we've been trying to sell from this measly freaking candle since the middle of December, and it never wants to come back to us.
Yeah. That's a nice distro though, right there that you just circled.
Right here. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice little distro. So that daily candle right there is.
But we had a 4 hour that. Remember, we wanted to sell from the 4 hour, and it never came back to us.
Yeah, so, it just hasn't been coming back. That's all. Just like you, Chef.
Yeah.
Tried selling it 100 times, never came back.
Yeah.
I think it was you, Chef.
I'll be honest. Just to give you guys an idea, there's a reason, right? There's a reason that EA is on my secondary watch list, and realistically, it shouldn't even be on my secondary watch list. It should be like off of my watch list altogether, because I honestly, it's nowhere close to where I need it to come up here. I need it to come, 150 some pips into this daily candle for me to even contemplate doing anything. So that's just my personal opinion. That's like what I'm personally waiting for. You're looking along off 1.58, and what time frame are you looking at? What long? Yeah, you're looking up to 158. Okay, I got you.
If you're looking on H1, I mean, it's building H1 structure to the upside, gave a nice mitigation of that last candle, that H1 right there.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. So that was a nice little mitigation. Are you on the hourly?
Yeah, this is our. Yeah, this is our.
Charts look different again.
Yeah, this is our.
Yeah, so that was a nice leg mitigation. I mean, that was a nice little buy in here if you're just walking it up, trying to get it up to the top of the leg. But beside that, I wouldn't really be trying to do much with it right now.
Yeah, I guess it did give. Let me see. Nah, it walked itself down, but it never came back to mitigate.
No, not fully.
Yeah. It never gave enough for me to take entry off of this. So. Yeah,
no, but I'm saying off the H1. I'm not saying, you know, for me, I wouldn't have had an entry because the lower time frames just didn't give one.
Yeah, no. So that's EA. Like I would just, if you're a break even, you're a break even. But like I don't think this is going to hold. I think this is just going to get clapped. Yeah, I think that's going to get clapped.
So the daily candle, just remember one thing. I'm just answering a question, Mike. The higher the time frame is, and inside of, as you find points of interest, the bigger the magnet. Mm-hmm. So weekly is always going to be over daily. Daily is always going to be over 4 hour, and so on and so forth. Ideally, what you want to find is you want to try to find them all in one box. So like the holy grail of all trades would be like weekly. Inside the weekly, you have daily. Inside the daily, you have H4. Inside H4, you have H1. Inside H1, you have an M5. And inside that M5 or M15 or whatever. And inside that, you have like a nice M1. These are usually the holy grail candles because they have concentrated orders inside of them.
Yeah, no, I agree. And so like the reason that I'm looking at this daily candle is because it's a daily candle. You know, it is truly price came down, gave a pullback in this daily candle. So
there's probably something on the H4 inside that candle.
We typically, you're going to see reactions from the market on daily and weekly candles. And that just back test any daily and week, any like true daily weekly candle, right? I'm not talking about like little peanuts in here. I'm talking about any daily or weekly candle, just back test it. And you'll see that typically the market gives some sort of reaction off of that daily candle. When you have multiple engulfing candles, how do you determine which to enter off of? Watch price action. That's when, you know, ultimately that's when you get down and you look at price action. I don't personally look at the engulfing candles though. What I do is I look at what did price do? Think, you know, one of the things that really kind of turned my trading into like super drive was identifying the cause of moves, right? Go figure out what price did, like, did it make a new high, new low? Did it break structure? And then find the candle that created that. All right. But the higher point would be the cause of the break of structure. The higher point would be the cause. Which higher point are you talking about? You're talking about way up here? Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Absolutely. This would be the absolutely. I just don't think it'll ever get up there. I mean, that's 500 pips. I don't think we're going to get up there. You know, I think, you know, if we are going to get a reaction, right? And it's a daily candle. So even if we pull into it and show a little distribution and catch 100 pips down, that's still 100 pips, right? So I'm going to be watching price inside of this candle. Okay.
The other thing to keep in mind is this area you have marked up here. I mean, just remember, this is a weekly area. This is a magnet. Okay. Price has been working its way down to mitigate weekly. What it's going to do from here, we don't really know. But what we do know is that that's where price is coming.
What do I have it on? I have it on the daily, I think, right? Yeah, I have it on the daily. Yep.
Okay. So it's a daily. There you go. Right. So we're whatever it's doing, it's kind. I think if you go to the weekly, there it's also showing.
Hold on, I just got it. Wait. So
like, look at this, right?
Wait. This does not give me good. Does not tell me to buy.
No, absolutely
like if
not.
Just if this was a stock chart, right? I would have cut my losses. Yeah. So wait, yeah, and so the person look at EN. I'll tell you right now, EN, EA, same thing. Like, what are you looking for? You're looking for a sell or a buy? Because if you're looking for a buy, I'm a sell. Oh, okay. If you're looking for a sell, maybe, but it's got to be close to that daily candle. I don't know what your point of interest is. Yeah, I don't know what your point of interest. I could tell you that it's probably going to go a little higher because I think I was looking at some accumulation on EN. You know, yeah, but EA is coming to here. Where do I even have EN? Let's see. I think I marked it up for. Yeah, I marked it up for somebody. Yeah, like EN. Like I'm not looking to trade this at all. One, because the spreads on this are like 6 pips for me. But what was I looking at? So yeah, I was looking at, there's some accumulation in here, and then we have a 1 hour accumulation.
It's pretty.
Yeah, we have a 1 hour accumulation. So I don't know where you're looking to sell from. I mean, I would imagine maybe in here. You're looking in here. You know, if you're looking in here, I would tell you that this would be potentially a logical area. Let me see what the H4 looks like. Would be a potential area that maybe it would sell off from. You know, but I would need to see something on the lower time frame to give me confidence or confluence that it's going to sell off. You know, I wouldn't just set a limit order on it just because of the schematic. You know, there's a lot of, just think of off the 4 hour, just think of the amount of order flow, the amount of orders that are being manipulated in here by the institutions to take this up. All right. Yeah. I would just be very cautious of it. Yeah, we're going down the line on these charts. So hold on. We'll get to them here. Yeah. So AU, AU on the 4 hours. So let's look at the daily, because maybe the daily. You got anything on AU? Because I haven't looked at AU in a while, man.
Yeah. It's AU's man.
Let's see. The
AU's
last.
a son of a gun. I'll show you.
I know you tried selling it, right?
No.
You tried catching the buy off of this, right in
Dude,
here.
right off of the bottom of this wick, this stupid wick. It came down like a few pips and then it reversed. I'll give you the logic behind it. So this was the last leg that we were trading inside of. So this is the bullish leg, right? I saw the complex pullback, and you know how we do, right? Like with the reaccumulation, here's the spring, here's the shakeout. Right? I had the creek, so I was looking for the jump over creek and the BOS. The BOS came right in here, right? So I mean, like all logic points to this being the extreme.
And what did it go, like a pip?
Like literally, like look at this, look at the stupidity. So it maintains the leg,
yeah,
right? But it breaks right through the extreme. Every single other US dollar pair, so GU,
GU, EU did it, and
this stupid thing, like it
came below it.
There was a beautiful, and like this was a buy model. Everything was saying, like, we had equal lows, we had an FU candle, we broke structure to the upside, we walked it. Like, I just don't understand, unless it's reaccumulating again. But I don't know what it's doing right now. I had like a 2 pip stop loss on it, and anyways, this would have already been sitting.
Hopefully you guys understand what we're saying. Like, this is the leg, right? This is the leg that's bullish. So this is maintaining bullishness. So all of this is just noise. It's just a pullback. That's all it is. So, and like, I you know what? I don't even know what I was looking on AU. I know I was looking for a buy. Oh, look at this. Wait a minute. Is this where I was looking? Because I have an alert here. Hold on. What is this? Is this a 15-minute maybe? No, it's got to be something else. What do I mark it as? A 5? What should be like a 10? Oh, okay. So, you know what? Oh, okay. I know what you did. All right. So yeah, this came down lower. And then I was looking at this as just an ugly reaccumulation right in here.
Like really.
And I wanted to see a reaction off of this price here. And
look at that. Just the price action isn't very nice on it right now. I mean, we did get an accumulation here, but it's not very nice.
Yeah. And that's why AU is right now on my secondary list, because of current price action. Like, nothing about this is looking good, you know.
But that reaccumulation that I had, that was nice. I mean, I think GJ last week or 2 weeks ago had the exact same thing, and it was like identical as far as the chart goes, and it played out beautifully.
Yep. So my question, whoever did this, right? Whoever made the AU, my only question is this, right? Go back to the left, find a point of interest that this is going to be distributing out of, right?
Yeah.
Because the whole point of distribution is they're going to distribute out of a potentially if they're looking for distribution to sell it, they're distributing out of a buy to sell candle. All right. So look to the left, find a higher time frame point of interest that you want to go off of. Okay. I got you. Okay. All right, Yuri. Yeah. I'll get it from you, man. Okay. Yeah. I'll tell Victor too, bro. So this on AU, like, I just, I don't know if, I mean, this is really premature to think that we're in distribution. All right. For me, we're kind of just within the leg. All right.
I'm still seeing reaccumulation patterns more than distribution. It's within the leg.
Yeah.
Because just the way that it's setting up.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. We have, but why choose the daily over the weekly on EA? On EA? Which weekly, Scott? You talking about this one way up here?
I choose the daily.
You talking about this one here, Scott? Yeah, no, yeah. No, the bottom. Wait, you talking about like this one? This weekly? The magnet. I have no idea what you're talking about, the magnet. Yes. Because the daily's within that, right? So if I put 50% of our weekly, 50% is 55,817, right? 55,817. And this is
inside.
This is your weekly candle right here. So
yeah, it's just inside the weekly.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this daily down here. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is the point of interest. The higher the time frame, the better. But this is the point of interest that I want to see us trade into.
Yeah, it's also the big imbalance that confirms it. So we want to see that imbalance get filled. Like these type of imbalances get filled.
Yeah,
they just have to.
Yeah. So you can't you can't see that on the weekly, but that's the magnet. That's where I want to see price trade down to. All right. Awesome, man. Later. EJ. Wow. All right. So we're on a 30-minute. You're saying what, there was redistro there? Trying to think. You're waiting for a schematic there on the 30-minute. Man, I don't know if I looked. Let me see what I got at EJ. EJ.
Yeah, I'm looking for sells.
Yeah, I just don't have any. I don't have anything.
That H4, if you go on H4, you could see it clearly, and then H1 inside the H4 equal highs right now, expecting liquidity.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see it.
No, well, I'm waiting for it at this H4 here.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah. I don't know where. Let's see. You're looking at.
Hold on 1 sec. Let me see this.
I think you're lower than me. 126.46.
126 300. That's what I. Hold on 1 sec. Let me see.
Oh yeah. We're in the same spot, bro. Yeah.
Just look at the liquidity that's being built up.
Yeah. We're in the same spot. Absolutely. I just I don't need, like, for me, I don't need to go this low, because for me this H4 tells me everything I want to see. I like, same thing. I want to see just one that has there's some like this candle here. Yeah, I know. I want to see a schematic in here. Absolutely. In here, and I want to take this down, and ideally I want to see us trade potentially, because remember, like, leg wise on the grand scheme of things, this is a leg. You know what I mean? So until we break below here, like, this is not long-term sells. You know, we may only trade into this H4 area here and then make the next leg up.
Yeah, it's if you look on just below that last low, you could see the H4 in the daily. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. So you see how we test. Oh my God, my freaking annotation tool. Okay, it's this. Oh, you have it. Yeah. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, you got it.
Yeah. So I got it marked up. Yeah. So this is the area that I want to see us trade down into. So I'm waiting.
From there.
Yeah, you guys can. I mean, here's my alert. I got my alert setting right here, and if I see distribution into this H4 candle, yeah, I'm selling it down. All right, I'm selling it
Same.
down. So that's EJ. So we're on the same spot there. AJ, yeah, I'll tell you right now, AJ, kind of the same thing. I know I know Victor, but you don't look at AJ. So hold on.
No, I don't.
So
Hey, dude,
AJ,
I stick to 10 pairs. You mark up the entire freaking. You even trade stocks and everything else under the sun. So I try to keep it simple.
Steady has a trade pending on EJ. What's the stop loss on their like what are they at the top of the H4? That's like a 50 pip stop loss though.
They-
Yeah.
what to sell? To
yeah,
sell it now?
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, off the H4, I'm guessing. So AJ, yeah, I at this point I want to see how we react into this H4 candle. So I know you've got it marked up as like the 15-minute. So 79.20, right? Same area. It's just the H4 candle. I want to see how we react. If we come in here and give a schematic that I can get a nice entry, yeah, I'll take a buy on it. It's 38 pips. Yeah, 30.
Yeah, that looks decent.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
is
okay.
this? What's AJ similar to? Because I know there's another chart that looks just like this.
Should be NJ. Yeah,
Is
should
it?
be. Yeah, it
Yeah,
should be.
no, I don't look at NJ. I'm probably thinking of something else.
I mean, that's NJ. So, but yeah, AJ, well, I think
Maybe AU. That's right.
yeah, AU is the same thing. Yeah. So
AJ,
yeah,
AU, yeah.
I've got my alert sitting here. If we trade down in there and I see a schematic, something that I can really crunch my stop loss in, yeah, I'm gonna take it. I know you're looking at this 5-minute, 15-minute. Yeah, I would just say that price, that's a logical area for price. There's definitely demand in there. But I personally want to wait for the schematic. I don't like this stuff here. I'm not even worried about. Just
No.
because I'm not trying to catch a 20 pip move or a 30 pip move. Like I'm trying to take less trades. So
Yeah, guys, just remember areas like that you can get stuck in. You might be in profit but it'll flip flop, and then what you'll see is you'll see a really big push to the downside, then that accumulation and compression around your point of interest, and then it'll come up. But those middle areas, it'll just flip flop. Like it'll either fly through or flip flop, where you won't get anything.
so EN. Let me think about this. So you're looking at redistro from this. So you're saying that this is your ICE. You want a break of structure. All right. The only thing, I mean,
It's weird.
just know this. For me, this isn't structure. Okay, that's not structure. Like honestly, if it was me, this to me is one move. So
I agree.
I would need this, then come back up, and then go down. Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, because this isn't structure for me. Yeah, it's the same thing like saying if we break above here, we're bullish. No, it's this. This is what's maintaining structure, right? If you break this trade, this EN doesn't turn bearish on like what on the 30-minute, right? Because even technically now it's realistically for me it's still bearish until I would say we take this out. Okay. But I would this to me on like the 30-minute or 15-minute wouldn't be a bearish break of structure. I would need to see this taken out. Okay. Yeah. So Mike, if it does not BOS but create equal lows, what you consider entering the test of a UA or a UTAD? On what? On EN? No. I like honestly no. I have no desire to trade. Yeah, I have no desire. So wait, if it doesn't BOS but creates equal lows, so like if it comes all the way down here, creates equal lows, no, I wouldn't take this entry. I would need for me, I always need a break of structure. And that's not to say that this wouldn't work coming back down, but I can tell you all the trades that I've journaled, when I lose a trade, I always end up writing in the comment section, didn't wait for BOS, right? That's the common theme. Like when I look at all the common errors I make, it's always this, didn't wait for BOS. So yeah, this could work, but I'm not risking money on it. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. And CAD-J. So CAD-J, you're looking at it sell from here because it failed to create a higher high. All right. So just I'll just say this, right? So for me personally, a failure to create a higher high is nothing. Like in my world of trading, it means absolutely nothing. You either break structure or you make a new high or you make a new low, right? Anything in between, right? Anything in between is like, you can might as well just do this. This is what this is to me. It's that, right? It's just a whole lot of nothing. So for me, I would need to wait for us to make a new low or make a new high, right? This in here, I personally am not going to do anything with.
So
yeah.
just to add, I mean, sure, you could try to sell this in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and Mike's completely right. This could be just a pullback, and then how do you know that won't happen? So what I'm looking at this accumulation right here. Okay, nice FU candle. So what you want is, you do want price to come down, but you don't want to trade into this price, because there's nowhere you're trading from. Like price could do this, then this, then this, then this, and then come down. Like price could do anything here, anything. There's no order to what price is going to do. But from here though, this looks really nice right here. This is where I'm going to be looking to buy that puppy right up.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. So like, yeah, I mean, for me, this is not structure. So like he was saying, this could come up, come down, do this, come down, go up, do this. You know, it can do this all day long until it finally comes to our point of interest. So because there's no structure in here, you know? So that's how I'm looking at it. If we have a BOS to the upside and a BOS on the 4H higher high, then I will look into H1 lower low, where there's accumulation number 2. Holy crap. Hold on. Let me try to decipher this. Let me try to decipher this.
Are you talking about CJ?
Yeah. Yeah.
Patrick,
Patrick, you talk about CJ here? If we will have a break of structure to the upside and a break of structure. Okay, wait. If we have that. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Because now you just made a new high. Is that? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. You got it, man. Yes. Yeah, no worries, man. I had to decipher that.
That's
okay.
Fine.
This is NU. So NU from there. So
guys, clean up your charts. This is
yeah.
It's confusing to look at these. What is that?
So
okay, it makes sense. I mean,
because this is the leg. This is this is the leg that's maintaining bullishness. So yes, if we get down here, look for buys.
Yeah, makes sense. I agree.
Yeah, like I can't tell what the point of interest are, but I'm sure it's something. I agree. Look for buys if we get down here, because this is our leg.
So just try to do this, because whoever posted this chart is actually, they did a good job. Go into daily, see if there's a daily candle, then jump into H4, see if there's an H4 sitting inside the daily, and then see if there's an H1 sitting inside that H4. And that's how you narrow down your point of interest to the highest probability. It doesn't have to get respected, but if it does, then this is where you want your buys from. Yeah, I don't know if that made sense, but.
Well, I will say, yeah, absolutely. Here, we'll look. Actually, you know what? I'll let you talk about EuroCAD, because I know I think I'm still on the. I think I still divorced her. So, but I will say, hey, whoever did this chart, yeah. Hey, listen, this looks like my chart. Like this is a tip top chart, man. I like this. Very, very organized. I like it. It makes life so much easier to look at charts like this. That's just my opinion, So yeah, let's go ahead. What you got?
Okay.
I
Just
know.
Open up.
I know
Open
we're
up.
I know we're looking at buys. So
Yeah, but if you open up EuroCAD, just quickly, just so everybody understands, quickly go on the weekly, just so everybody understands what we're trying to get on EuroCAD and why it's still on my watch list personally. Okay. So hold on one sec. Zoom out a little bit. Let's see. Okay, well, number one, the first thing we want to see in EuroCAD is you could see it's bullish order. Like no matter how we look at it, it's just bullish. It's making higher lows and higher highs, right? And this is the monthly high. So we're maintaining nice bullish order flow. Now from this point here, if we zoom into the last piece of price action, we could see the accumulation, right? You could see that nice rounding off effect, right? Where you have that daily low and then you have a second daily low. Well, that entire leg is what we're essentially looking at, because you could see that nice rounding off. You could see that we're continuing to maintain bullishness. And we had one accumulation right below the accumulation that you just marked out.
Yeah. So
And then this is the second one. So price is in our favor. Equal highs above. And if we zoom out totally, like there is a weekly candle that we're looking to trade into that goes way back here, I believe.
hold on.
Yeah, right there. You see it right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, right there.
So we can see that, right? Like this came into here, right?
Yeah.
And X marks the spot.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we want to come up to.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So, yeah. And I agree. Like the only reason I know is because we've been targeting this weekly candle for the better part of 4 months.
Yeah.
So
and it's a distro, which will, yeah. So it's been tough because EuroCAD just hasn't, but because we're set 2 accumulations in, and it seems like we have been, this accumulation is going to stand because we haven't taken out overall structure.
This accumulation right here.
Yeah.
So realistically, we can move this because this is
to here. Exactly.
This is going to be our test right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and now we have H1 bullish order flow.
Yep. And just remember this right here is what's maintaining bullishness. So, I would say that until this gets broken, I'm looking for buys. Just simply off of, and it's basically off of this accumulation, that accumulation. So realistically, we have 2 weekly accumulations. Think about how much time they've been setting this up. And when you think about a schematic, right? This is the institutions working their orders in to get filled so that we can go higher, right? So they've been working orders now for the better part of 2 years. So just imagine how many orders different institutions have in here. Just for me, it's telling me we're going up. We're going up. So, and I know
1 hour.
Yeah, hold on. I know.
There she is.
Yeah. Is that the same place you're looking?
Well, I sent this to you.
Did you?
Yeah, man, I sent this to you. You're like, no, don't send me EuroCAD. And I was like, yeah. And I sent this to you and you're like, oh, I'm marking it up now. And
yeah, but I never looked at it. I refused to. I didn't look at it. Yeah. So I was looking. Yeah, but it's that's right. I sent it to you and I told you the 1 hour and the 15-minute. Yeah.
No, come on, man. I told you about this accumulation on EuroCAD today.
You did. Hold on. Let me look.
And this is you talking to somebody else, because look at because I'm like, hey man, you want to look at EuroCAD again? You're like, yo, don't tell me about EuroCAD. And this is where the accumulation took place. And then we broke structure to the upside.
Yeah.
We had a nice spring or STB spring. And then this is a very, very clear in here. Yeah.
That's where I'm looking. I'm looking in here. So, and actually here, hold on. I forgot. Maybe I forgot. You see, like I didn't even.
I'm going on Discord right now just to settle this.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute.
No, man.
Let me pull this Discord up. Hold on. All right. So wait a minute.
There, man. I'm looking at it. Here. Hold on.
Wait.
Looking at ECAD now, and you're like, I feel better about it if it oh, here we go.
Yeah. Hold on. And then I told you what I say.
Here, you're watching ECAD. Do I want to? That's what you said.
Yeah. And then wait a minute. And then I said, I told you I feel better if it breaks the 154, 5540. You
And
said
that's
it's
when I,
bullish leg. And then I
yeah,
said,
yeah,
yeah, but we need to, you got to look at the notes. I put asterisk notes. This is ECAD. It does what it wants. If the sign
yeah.
says make a right turn, ECAD goes backwards. And then you
And then I
said,
said, let's flip the chart and sell it.
yeah.
Or buy it or something.
And yeah. And then you said the H1H. Okay. Yeah. Cause I told you, I said, if it comes to the extreme, I want to look at the H1. So that's what I said.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
anyways,
There we
bottom
go. We
line is
settled
we're
it. We
looking at
settled
it.
it. Yeah.
We're
we
looking
settled
at it. We're looking at it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking here. I got the alert here. I want to see how we trade in there. But I mean, just look how we're respecting on the 1 hour. I mean, we are respecting. So we just made a new high. So ideally I'd like not to make a new high. I'd like to just come down here and make a new high from here.
Yeah.
And we just work structure up.
That's
so that's how I'm looking at it. You know.
That's it.
Yeah, but I mean that's pretty much all I got. Bro, I don't know if you got anything else. I mean, we covered ECAD, we covered CJ,
I don't even know
ACAD.
freaking-
What did this stupid gold do? Oh, absolutely nothing. Yeah, whatever. Gold is gold, man.
I want to sell. Did we talk about NU? I don't even remember what we talked about anymore.
No, I don't have. Let me see. No, I mean these buys were pretty nice that we caught in here, but
Just open up daily. Like if you look at H4 and NU, we broke H4 structure twice now. You open up and you look at the daily, we see a nice daily candle right inside the middle of that leg.
hold on one sec. All right, daily candle. Oh, I guess I should.
Where are you at? Yeah, zoom out a bit.
Take off annotation. All right.
Yeah, there it is. You see the daily right there.
Yep. Yeah.
Middle of the leg daily, right? Like, I mean, it's pretty obvious. So I'm looking inside this daily candle here.
Mhm.
H4, it is H4 structure valid, and there's a nice H4 candle right inside of this daily. So you go to H4, yeah, boom, and you see it right there, all the way at the top of the leg. I mean, you see the big one, right? Like this is where, you know, you're looking at that big sell, so you probably look at the 50%, which perfectly lines up with the last unmitigated.
You talking about that 50%?
No, lower.
Oh, you talking about in here, this 50%.
Yeah. I'm just looking
gotcha.
at the leg, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
No.
I know we have
gotcha.
equal highs, but
Yeah, I got you.
Um,
I have my alert at like 7,200. Yeah. 7,200 is my alert. And I'll see what we do when we get in there.
and what else?
Hold on, let's see. With the SC I sent, you wouldn't say that a break of structure, regardless of the accumulation, it was daily time frame. I don't know, I may be wrong, but hold on, let's see. So, okay, so what you're saying is this, right? Let me hold on. So you're saying because we broke this daily structure, right? We are no, we don't need a creek. We don't need a creek. I'm not worried about a creek because we're in accumulation. So yeah, because of this daily structure, you're considering sells because of that. But so we're bullish on the weekly, right? Bullish on the weekly, and just look at what is going on as far as price action. Okay. So my first question would be this. All right. We have an accumulation going on here. We have an accumulation going on here. So think about the intent. What is price attempting to do? We're attempting to go and move price higher. All right. I would say, just hypothetically, I would ask, you know what? Let me go on my chart. Hold on. Because I don't believe that's the break of structure. Give me a second here. So that was what? That was ECAD, right? Hold on.
You're gonna have to go on your tertiary list.
Yeah, my the divorce list, man. I'm gonna go on the divorce list. All right, so here's what I got. So I have this labeled as a daily break of structure, right? But in actuality, I mean you could say it's a daily break of structure, right? However, for me, it's not the highs that I'm worried about. It's the lows, right? And this low down here, right? This low right here is what's maintaining bullishness. Okay. This in here, this little leg right here that I have daily low, all that was for me was just a reminder of what I wanted to see when price came in to this accumulation. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is
because originally that's where we were looking to buy, hoping it would maintain.
Exactly. But this movement right here, so from here to here, this movement right here is ultimately the break of structure. Okay. This right here, this candle is what I was looking for an entry to take higher. We didn't get it. What we did was we came into the extreme of this right here, of this leg. All right. But just think of like from an accumulation standpoint, right? We have the spring that really wasn't tested all the way. All right. This is just like a stutter. This would be like the slingshot that then makes the true break of structure. All right. And even if we're looking at it from this perspective, let me do it like this. So from this perspective here, all right, just go to your line chart and you'll see, okay, so we have this is our leg. We make a new leg. We make a new leg. And from here, this isn't the leg, right? This is the leg. All right. That's how I'm looking at it. Okay.
Like what time frame are you on?
Daily.
Okay, hold on. I just want to see some. I'm just flipping through mine right now. Just to want to see. Because whenever there's confusion in structure, flip the time frame, and that's it.
Yeah. If you're ever confused, what I do is I just go like up one, like,
it's going to be, yeah.
We even look like it at 3 days sometimes. Go to the 3 day, and then here, like if we go to the 3 day, does that kind of make sense?
Here, you want to see? Watch. Go to whatchamacallit. Go to weekly and go to the line chart. Right?
Yeah.
So the one thing that we see is we see where the leg up was. Like you see where structure is, right? You see that we made the low and then all the way up we made a high. So anything inside of that entire leg, here, I'll annotate it. It's very simple, right? Anything inside of this entire leg, we're maintaining bullish, right?
Yeah.
So all we're doing is we're saying, well, equal lows just on a line chart, right? We have an FU candle, just keeping it simple, right? And now we're building bullish H1. And we can even simplify it that way and just say that, well, we had an FU candle and we're starting to go bullish, right? That you can look at it that way. This is obviously the last, right here, the last sell that caused the buy, and we have more or less come into this area. So there's a lot of reasons why we're trying to buy it, and then obviously when we have an accumulation, we want to try to we want to try to be able to catch that accumulation and take it up, especially when we have a bullish bias. I don't know if that clears it up for anybody, but essentially that's what it is.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Yeah, I think you got it, man. Okay.
There you go.
All right. And I mean, honestly, I don't have much more to go over. I mean, that's pretty much it. Later, buds. The week itself, I mean, it's Tuesday. We're starting out early. I'm with the mindset of, let price tell us what the heck it wants to do. And we'll go from there. It's, I'm going to be a little extra cautious this week just because of all the volatility that, I don't want to get caught in a stupid trade that, EG, you want to look at EG, look for sells on EG. That's all I got to tell you. Look for sells.
Whatever we've been doing.
Yeah. EG, just keep walking it down, right? Keep walking it down. I'm personally looking in this 10-minute area right over here. All right. So I'm going to be looking. So this 10-minute area is also the 4 hour. All right. So just jump up on the 4 hour. You'll see the candle. That's where I'm looking. I got my alarm. You see the alert right here? That's what I'm waiting on. I don't know what you're drawing here, though. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, just I'm looking for sells. We left I think it's 6 tuple. Yeah, it's 6 tuplet lows now. So eventually we will get these stupid lows taken. So I'm on the 4 hour. Yeah. If you look, we have 6 tuple lows here. And then weekly we're still in distro. We're still in distro. All right. I'm looking to take it all the way down to here eventually. So, that's why I'm looking on EG. All right.
Okay, look for that potential weekly, like if we do pull back, just that last weekly candle mitigation as a
Where's-
first target.
Let me see.
Yeah, you could see that little imbalance.
Oh, no, yeah, right here, right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, take partials. Yeah, there's like trade your plan, like obviously depending on where we go, maybe, take a little off the table when we take out equal lows, come into this weekly candle, because
Yeah.
this weekly candle is probably going to be the reason that we maybe have the pullback.
Yep.
And then from there, we just keep throwing orders in and eventually come down to these lows. All right. So, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. That's all I got. So if no one else has anything else, I say, thanks for hopping on. Hopefully you guys got some stuff, and I'll see you guys in the chats tomorrow, man. All righty. GU, we went over GU, man. Come on now. We went over GU. Look for buys. We got to wait for a new high. That's what we got to wait for on GU.
Yep.
All righty. So other than that, man, I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy and, stay safe, man.
Hey man, catch some pips.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I'll catch you guys.
Later.